If you feel like you never quite look your best, something always feels off about your outfits, you just never really love the way that you look in them, then this video is for you. The secret to really glow and look your best is learning how to enhance your natural aesthetic, not trying to fight against it. So if you want to learn how to dress better and look better for you and you specifically, then keep on watching. Hey friends, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Jillz and I help women step into their power, tap into their feminine energy, and become their best self. So if that's something you want to do, you should subscribe and stick around. And in case you want more from me, you can check out my deep dive feminine energy course or any of my other digital products like my Notion templates. They are all available and linked down below. But before we get into it, a quick thank you to Fabrique for kindly sponsoring today's video. Fabrique is a collective designer brand that works with more than 300 incredible designers from all over the world to create unique, exclusive pieces. Some of the talent that they work with have worked at some of the most popular luxury fashion houses, including Dior, Hermes, and Louis Vuitton. So Fabrique offers the opportunity to own designs from high-end designers at a fraction of the typical price. And they really want to ensure that they're creating more unique, rare pieces. So each item is crafted in small quantities only. And so that means what you're getting is really unique. So I want to share some pieces that I got from Fabrique. First is the Dahlia lightweight cardigan in viscose blend knit. It's designed by Stephen Yu, and he's designed for Oscar de la Renta and Coach and been featured in Vogue and Elle. It has these pretty little hand-sewn pearl buttons, extra long sleeves for that sleek arm silhouette, and an oversized lapel. So it's got that interest, but still has a soft, delicate, cozy feel because it's blended with multiple yarns. I paired it with the Gal Flare pants in vegan leather designed by Mariana Cata Preta. I hope I'm saying these designers' names right. She's Calvin Klein's senior women's wear designer, and I love the way that these feel. They're lined with fleece to be extra comfy, and the color is this beautiful vintage reddish brown hue. It feels just like real leather, but it's cruelty-free eco leather with nice tailoring and a mid-rise fit for a cool look. I love the way this looks on the booty too. The perfect outerwear for this is the Margot long coat designed by Joshua Lockwood, who's an alum of Burberry, Saint Laurent, and Givenchy. It has this four-way collar lapel, so it can either have that dramatic lapel look or be worn as a cozy turtleneck if it's cold and windy. It's a wool alpaca blend, so it's lightweight, it's still warm, and has a bit of that unique vintage style design. I love that you can belt this too to create more of that cinched look. Next is this Vega pearl sweater in baby alpaca blend designed by Daphne Wright. She's from Rome and is Valentino's lead knitwear designer. It has this perfect oversized fit that keeps you comfy, and the hand-picked pearls sewn on create such an interesting look, especially when it hits the light. For another look, this stunner jacket is the Ria removable quilted lining jacket designed by Valeska Valentina Jasso Collado, who was the ex-Jacquemus and Cult Gaia lead. I'm not gonna lie, I feel pretty cool in this. So this is a vegan leather jacket that you can wear a few different ways because the interior lining actually detaches for when the weather warms up, and also this faux fur collar detaches too, so it's super versatile. And even the color, it's like this greenish brown hue. It's a very unique piece. And with this, I'm wearing the Venus Asymmetry collar sweater in wool silk blend. It's designed by Martina Albacini, who's designed for Max Mara, and made with high-grade wool and silk blended yarns to create that warm but still smooth feel. I think the neckline is so stunning, and this top gives off that energy of I'm relaxed but still sophisticated. And lastly is the Jessica dress in merino wool knit. Anna Pang is the designer on this one, and she dresses Priyanka Chopra, which I think is pretty cool. But I love this vibrant blue color and that it feels cozy but elevated at the same time. So Fabrique is such a unique collective brand that's doing really cool things in the fashion world. All the items that I've shown you are linked down in the description box, and you can use my code ToJillz to receive 12% off. So go check them out. Since they are created in small quantities, that means that they can sell out quickly too. So if you see something you like, don't miss the chance to get it before it's gone. Thank you so much, Fabrique, and let's get into the video. Now, the first thing to enhance your natural aesthetic, your natural beauty, is to know your colors. Now, color analysis has gotten super popular over the last year or so, and so you've probably heard of this, but certain colors can change the way that you look and the way that you are perceived. So let me try to explain this in a way that maybe you haven't really thought about before. Now take this image right here. Would you believe me if I told you that these two squares are the exact same color? The top square looks so much darker than the bottom one, but actually if you put a finger between that point where the two squares meet, where it looks like the light's hitting it a little bit, all of a sudden you realize that they are the same color. They just look different, they show up different to your eye because of the image and what's surrounding it. Or this one, the gray blocks on the left look a little bit lighter than the gray blocks on the right. They're actually the same exact color, but our brain perceives them as slightly different shades of gray because of the colors that are around them. Everything we see, including you and your face, is seen in relativity to what is around it, aka the colors you're wearing. Certain colors can make your skin appear more vibrant and glowy and overall more even. And certain colors can make you look more blah. Certain colors can add vibrancy to your eyes and can even make the whites of your eyes look more white. And then other colors will not. I did have a professional color analysis done, which I totally recommend getting one if you can. But one thing that I noticed that I was shocked by is that my hair actually showed up differently depending on the colors that I wore. So I naturally have like really light brown hair, what some people would consider like that mousy brown color. And in certain colors that she would put up against me, my hair would just kind of look, you know, meh, fine, nothing special. But then she would put other colors on me and all of a sudden my hair would look a little bit more rich, like there was more vibrancy to the color. And that's because the colors that surround you actually end up impacting the way that you are perceived to the naked eye. Now, I was able to accurately guess my color season before I got it professionally confirmed, but here's some advice on figuring out and wearing your best colors, whether you get a professional one done or not. First of all, try to figure out if you are more warm toned or cool toned. So one really easy way that you can do this is to look at the veins in your wrist right here. And if these veins show up as a more like bluish, purplish color, which is kind of how mine are, then you are most likely a cool toned person, which by the way, that also means that you're either a summer or winter. Whereas if these veins appear more greenish, then that means that you are most likely a warm toned person, which means that you would either be a spring or an autumn. Now, warm toned people tend to glow the most in warm colors, and cool toned people tend to glow the most in cool toned colors. I think really dressing for your warm or cool undertone is really one of the easiest ways to start looking better in the outfits you're wearing. So if you're like, okay, I know that I'm cool toned now, or I know that I'm warm toned, but how do I figure out which clothing items are warm toned, or how do I figure out which clothing items are cool toned? Cool toned items will have undertones of like bluish, purplish, pinkish, whereas warm toned items will have undertones of like yellow or orange. These two red dresses are both red, but this one's cool and this one's warm. The warm toned one has that slight like orange undertone to it, whereas the cool toned one almost has like a pinky raspberry-ish undertone. These two trenches are both beige, but one is warm and one is cool. The warm one, you can tell there's a little bit more of like a yellow underneath that beige, whereas the cool one, you can almost kind of see like slight purple undertones or slight like ashy undertones. So wearing your right tone, whether you're more warm toned or cool toned, can be a great place to start, and getting a color analysis like professionally done, that can be a great place to start as well. But besides that, when you put on a dress or a shirt, whatever, do you wear the color? Or does the color wear you? Or another way to rephrase it is, when you wear a dress, do you first notice the dress? Or do you first notice you? It's the difference between someone complimenting you and saying, oh, that dress is so beautiful, or someone complimenting you and saying, oh, you look so beautiful. The point of wearing your best colors is not to bring attention to the things that you're wearing. The point of wearing your best colors is to bring attention to you and your beauty and your pretty face. So is that dress bringing attention straight to the dress, or is that dress bringing attention to you? When you put something on, if it's a good color for you, you'll notice that your skin might look more even. Your features might look more clear and vibrant, and everything might just appear like a tiny bit more lifted. And it's subtle for sure, but it's there. And after a bit of practice and like trying to notice it, you'll start to see it. For example, I'm a summer, and in the summer color palette, black is not one of our best colors, and I can verify that. I don't think that black is one of my best colors. Does that mean that I'm never gonna wear black again? No. I like wearing black a little bit in the fall and winter because it's a little bit edgy, you know? But this is a really great alternative to the color black for me. This is like a really dark plum color, and it has a little bit of brown to it, and it just fits me and my features and my natural aesthetic a little bit more. So knowing your colors, it shouldn't like stress you out. It's not the only thing that you can ever wear, but it's just a nice little tool for you to use when you're shopping and when you're putting together your outfits. It really can help you glow. Now, the next tip to enhance your natural beauty is to know your contrast. And understanding your contrast will affect how you best put together outfits and how you best apply your makeup. So contrast is basically the contrast between your features. So you can either be low contrast, medium contrast, or high contrast. Low contrast means that there's not a lot of contrast between you and your features. And then if that contrast is more pronounced, you become more medium contrast. And if that contrast is much more like stark, much more clear, much more high, then you become high contrast. So the thing is that whatever contrast you have, you look your best and you glow the most when you match that natural contrast to your outfits and to your makeup. Let's say, for example, you have low contrast. Low contrast people look best in more low contrast outfits and low contrast makeup. And this is why, you know, like the whole clean girl aesthetic that's been really popular on Pinterest and stuff. I don't know about you, but those clean girl aesthetic posts, it's almost always like tan blonde girls. And that's because those girls are more low contrast, and that clean girl aesthetic is more low contrast. It just fits them really well. Medium contrast look people in mostly medium contrast outfits and medium contrast makeup. For reference, I am more medium contrast. I'm like medium to low contrast, but I would consider myself medium contrast. So an example of wearing a more medium contrast outfit would be, instead of wearing like black and white together, like that really sharp contrast, you could maybe wear black and gray together. There's still contrast there, but it's a little bit softer. And then same with makeup, more medium contrast makeup. And then high contrast people look best in high contrast outfits and more high contrast makeup. And the reason why it works so well is because it just fits your aesthetic. And there's something very satisfying and beautiful and attractive when everything is just like in harmony, when everything just kind of feels like aligned. If you're not sure your contrast level, there's actually this really amazing filter on TikTok. It's called What's Your Contrast? And it does a really great job of helping you figure out your specific contrast level. So basically you just use this effect, this filter on TikTok, and you put in if you have light, medium, or dark skin tone. And then you go through the different contrast levels, light, medium, and high contrast, and see which one kind of like matches you the most. I highly recommend using that filter. It's great. And also checking out the creator that made that filter, because she has a lot of wonderful videos on TikTok all about contrast. Okay, so let's say that you want to do a red lip on date night. If you are a high contrast person, then if you wear like that more like intense, sharp red lip, that can actually look really good on you because that aligns with your high contrast aesthetic. It's in harmony. But if you're more low contrast and you want to do a red lip, if you wore that same intense bright red lip, it might look a little funny. It might look a little off. It might look a little bit too much. The red lip that'll look best for you is probably something just a little bit more muted. That type of red is gonna look so good on you because it's gonna fit your natural contrast, your natural aesthetic, and it's not gonna like, you know, take over your face. Because you have low contrast, you don't need it to be as bright and as intense. And if you change your hair color, then your contrast level can actually change. So if you dye your hair blonde, then your contrast level might change. Or if your hair starts to turn gray as you get older, your contrast level can change. Like you can see Sophia Richie here, she's lightened her hair. And because of that, she's become a lot more low contrast. And so now those low contrast looks look really amazing on her. And when you think about this, think about your skin tone too. Like I'll take me as an example, I'm very pale. So if I were to wear all black, that black would show up as very high contrast against my skin tone. And then because that outfit is kind of appearing as more high contrast against my skin tone, I know that I'm gonna want to kind of like play up my makeup a little bit more, do a little bit more high contrast makeup to fit that aesthetic, so it's all in harmony. Whereas like if I wear black and then I do like a no makeup look, I just like, it's like you can't even see me. I just kind of appear a little bit washed out and it kind of just like clashes. So it's really just about aligning the contrast in your natural features to your outfit and to your makeup. And this is what will enhance and amplify your natural beauty and your natural aesthetic, and what will make everything look cohesive and in harmony. But if you want to play around with one of them, for example, let's say that you do want to do like a really, really bold red lip, you want to do like this intense glam makeup, then that means that you might want to put on an outfit that's a little bit more high contrast so that everything can appear more in harmony. And lastly, to enhance your natural look and look your best, know your essence. Now, I know some people might think of like Kibbe essences, which I think is a way to like classify different body types, but that's not what I'm referring to. I actually don't know those very well, but what I'm referring to is like the essence, the aura that you give off. Everyone has a natural essence that they give off, and it's largely based off of your personality and your identity, as well as, you know, a little bit of your features and your body type, but it's just all of it. It's all of it together. That is your essence. That is your aura. So to explain this, let's take Blair and Serena from Gossip Girl, because we all know them. They're both beautiful women, but different. They have different aesthetics. They give off like a different energy. They have a different essence. Blair is more like queen energy, regal regal, bold, polished. Serena is more flowy, playful, spontaneous, warm and friendly, a little messy, but in a sexy way. And that energy is reflected in their outfits. Now think about if Blair and Serena switched outfits. If Blair was a little bit more flowy, a little bit more boho chic, and if Serena was a little bit more polished and prim and proper. They'd both still look beautiful, but it just wouldn't work the same. It wouldn't quite hit. And that is because we all have our own unique essence. And when we dress in harmony with our essence, that amplifies our energy and makes us more magnetic. When we dress in a way that opposes our essence, it doesn't mean that you're gonna look bad, but it might just feel a little bit weird. You know, like something's off. And this is kind of what it looks like when you try to wear a trend that doesn't fit your essence. There's this fashion influencer I love. Her name is Anastasia Guerin, and she puts together like the most chic, elegant outfits. She's a New York City girl. Like, I just love them. And I have purchased some of the things that she's worn because I love them so much. But here's the thing, if I were to wear the exact same outfits that she wears, head to toe, we would still look different. Yes, we have different features. Yes, we might have slightly different body types, but we also just have a different essence. We just all give off our own unique aura, and that plays into it. It's like forcing Serena into Blair's outfits and Blair's into Serena's. The energy you give off plays a role into how that outfit shows up and how that outfit looks on you. You can't just like an outfit or a piece of clothing and that's it. You have to like the way that that outfit or that piece of clothing fits you. How does it look on you? How does it fit your essence? You know, the whole old money aesthetic is very in right now. It's very trendy, and it's very trendy to be like preppy and timeless. But you know what? That type of style is not going to make everyone look their best because it doesn't fit everyone's essence. The worst thing that you can do is wear something that's inauthentic to you. And that's why you have to consider your own unique individual essence, your personality, your identity, your lifestyle into everything that you wear, or else it feels inharmonious and inauthentic. And like I said, that lack of harmony is what creates the biggest block to enhancing your natural beauty and your natural aesthetic. I have this friend, let's call her Stacy. Stacy is adventurous, free-spirited, bold, extroverted, very intelligent, but still a little bit goofy. And she's an Aquarius, if that tells you anything. And she's also got this like gorgeous, voluminous, thick hair. She tends to wear bold outfits with a little bit of personality. There's always something like interesting about what she's wearing, at least a little bit. And she tends to wear this really interesting mix between like being glamorous and also like sporty spice. And I mean, it just fits her. And you know, she would look good in anything, but in these outfits, it really fits her. It fits her essence. It amplifies her energy. She really glows because there's harmony between her essence and who she is and the aura she gives off and her outfit. You will look the best when you lean into who you truly are, what you really like, what really fits you and your lifestyle and the things that you like to do, and what fits your unique essence. Are you more classy, elegant, buttoned up, or are you more cool girl? Are you more like super feminine, or do you like a little bit of an edge? Are you earthy and natural, or are you more glam and bold? And keep in mind, you don't have to only wear like one of these styles. You can combine these together to fit your unique essence. There's not one person that's gonna be like, oh, I'm just like feminine and that's me, or oh, I'm just like earthy and natural, that's me. No, it's a combination. Like, you and your essence is a combination of a few different things. Your essence and your style is going to combine different elements, and that is what makes you unique. For example, I feel like I look my best, I feel my best when I combine certain elements. Like, I always like to have a little bit of that like polished look, but not too much. If I have too much of that polished look, like 100% head to toe, it doesn't fit me because it's just not me. I like a little bit of edge there, or I like a little bit of like something different, or I like a little bit of like casual, effortless sort of vibe with it. That fits me. That fits my essence. I like dressing feminine, but I'm never gonna be just like 100% ultra feminine. There's always gotta be some sort of like edge that's like woven into that outfit, or else it doesn't feel 100% like me. Leaning into your individual essence, it amplifies your energy and it creates harmony, and harmony makes you glow. Harmony is appealing and attractive. If you have any other style or beauty tips that have changed your life, be sure to share them in the comments below. I know I would love to read them, and I'm sure every other woman on the internet would love to read them as well. But besides that, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got value from this video, and I will see you next time in the next one. Bye.